YouTubers, this is your boy Amari Points here, bringing you the latest movie review. Today I'm doing my newest movie review on Kraven the Hunter. And this movie is about a young man named Kraven, who it's basically an origin story of the famous Spider-Man villain, Kraven the Hunter, and how he got his powers and and how he became the person he is today. And let me tell you guys, this was the most awful movie I seen. I mean, so the Sony Spider-Man universe, it's just a huge mess right now. This had me almost falling asleep in my movie theater. I legit couldn't take it. What the heck, Sony? You let us down again. Why would you do this to us? Why? Why would you do this to us? I honestly, my mind can't cope with how bad this movie was. I legit was just wondering, why did I spend my movie on it? My money on this. It was just that bad. Yeah, but let's get on to the positives and negatives. First off, the positives. Aaron Taylor Johnson as Kraven. Don't get me wrong. There were a few bad parts that he did in the movie, but him as an actor whole was good. Aaron, if you watch this, good job playing Kraven the Hunter. I really think you did fantastic. And also Russell Crowe playing the father of Kraven. He is an Academy Award winner. He did fantastic. He did fantastic too. I really did like him as Kraven's father. He was so legit good playing him. Russell Crowe knows how to really bring the fire. And Ariana DeBose as Calypso. Kudos to her too. We've seen her in West Side Story, Disney's Wish, and now this. And now this movie. She did good, and I gotta say, everyone who was cast in here was pretty iconic. That was the only positive I have right now. That's it for the positives, guys. On to the negatives. First off, the first negative I have was the villains in this movie. They were not that convincing. It could have been great if the director made these villains more evil, along with Rhino. We've seen Rhino in the trailers too, and he really was bad. What happened to the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Rhino? That's the Rhino I wanted to see in this movie, but this Rhino, gave me a headache and made me want to just legit go out of the movie theater and go to the bathroom. This Rhino was that bad. And another negative is that we didn't get much of Calypso in this movie. She was in a few scenes here and there, but she really wasn't in the movie that much. She really wasn't in the movie that much because I guess the director decided not to have her legit focused on. I know it's supposed to be about Kraven, but we need a little bit of female in this movie because it would have been so good. It would have been so good to have more of Calypso in some of the scenes. And another negative I have is, well, the story needed work too. I wasn't really sold on it because, well, guys, the story wasn't really not all that convincing to me. I wish that the director who did this movie made the movie and the story more convincing, because I really did love that they were focusing on Kraven's origin story, but they made him an anti-hero in this one. He is no anti-hero. He is a straight up villain that protects the animals in nature. He is not an anti-hero whatsoever. That's the thing. I am tired of Sony universe making all these villains in the movie and anti-hero and all that. That gets pretty old. This story really needed some work. I am not gonna lie and say that it didn't. If you honestly want to go see a Spider-Man villain movie, go watch the animated shows or something. Don't go see this movie. I'm sorry to say it like that. This is just one of those movies that you will want to forget and not honestly want to see. This story, again, I wish they could have made it better by making Kraven more appealing. Making Kraven's story more appealing, sorry. It just really didn't sit well with me. I was just getting a headache from just watching it, guys. It was that bad. And that's it for the positives and negatives, guys. On to my rant. Kraven the Hunter definitely needs more work to it. I kind of think this was just one of those Sony Universe movies that didn't appeal to me, didn't get my attention, and sure as heck didn't really get the fans' attention as well. They showed all these trailers to hype us up, but the movie itself didn't live up to the hype. It really didn't. It definitely should have been better. But don't get me wrong, I loved how it focused on Kraven and his brother as well, and that brotherly love that they have. Dimitri and Kraven, that's definitely one of the good things about this movie, that Kraven will go through to lengths to be there for his younger brother. That's the one thing I love about it. But the rest of the story itself is just a huge flop. And the villains in this movie, again, what happened to the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Rhino? We got this, excuse my language, but we got this shitty Rhino that didn't capture any appeal to the fans. And practically there was no one in my movie theater because they heard that Kraven was not going to be good. So I can't blame them. I saw this movie. I honestly thought it was going to live up to the hype, but it did not. I really wish that it could have lived up to the hype. I really do. I really do wish it could have. That's just my honest opinion. Don't get me wrong, Aaron Taylor Johnson, he was good as Kraven, but it's just the story of Kraven the Hunter in this movie that wasn't good for me or the other fans. This was just a huge flop and a colossal waste of money for Sony. It really was. And that's it for my rant, guys. On to the rating. I give Kraven the Hunter a solid, flat up E. A solid E. Because, again, the story was not convincing. The villains were crappy. The origin story of Kraven the Hunter wasn't told too well. And basically they keep on making these villains, such as Kraven, into an anti-hero. Which they shouldn't be doing. They're straight up villains in the Spider-Man universe. Sony, learn from your lesson. Learn from your past movies, Quit making villains from the Spider-Man universe into anti-heroes. That's how you lose interest in fans. It's not that hard to stop. This was just a hands down train wreck. And I wish they honestly made this movie more convincing and appealing for the fans. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to change my mind about this movie. This is definitely something you want to wait to get on Blu-ray or DVD to watch. That way you can honestly avoid being in the theater and just falling asleep. I'm sorry, but this was just a mess. A literally straight up mess. And I think Sony, after this movie, Sony will definitely have learned their lesson to quit making Spider-Man villains into anti-heroes. I really hope they learn from that. And that's it for my review, guys. Don't forget to like, comment down below on what you guys thought of Kraven the Hunter. Subscribe and share with everyone you know. And press the little notification bell at the bottom of my video to get notified when my next movie review is going to be. I will see you guys soon. Take care and God bless. Peace.